I'm here to thank you. Anything that'll help us move E15 along, and your organization and your study helps do that, and I would explain to you why I feel that way. It's an honor for me to host this release of this study today and the organization that's behind it. As you might expect, nobody needs to twist my arm to celebrate America's homegrown biofuels. Thank you for the work that you do to drive economic growth and innovation in rural America. I'm standing shoulder to shoulder with your grassroots coalition representing American farmers, ranchers, and workers who feed and fuel the world. The report that you're releasing backs up what I've been saying for years. Biofuels are good for the rural economy, good for national security, good for the environment, and good for American pocketbooks. In other words, good, good, good. Or you could go by the Campbell soup commercial, good. My home state of Iowa is the nation's leading biofuels producer. Last year, Iowa produced 4 6/10 billion gallons of ethanol, 266 million gallons of biodiesel. These domestic markets drive 5 4/10 billion of Iowa's gross domestic product and supports 31,000 jobs. Make no mistake, Iowa has the capacity to produce more biofuels to meet demand and support livelihoods in our rural communities for generations to come. At my 99 county meetings that I hold every year, I hear from farmers facing high input costs and commodity prices below the cost of production. A robust biofuels market that will be enhanced by E15 would answer the prayers of farmers working their tails off to be profitable. That's why I'm fighting for permanent year-round E15. Making this option available by law would save Americans 20 to 40 cents a gallon at the pump, sometimes even more. It would pump billions of dollars into local economies from the paychecks of biofuel workers and corn farmers, and would see $14 billion in expanded demand for their products. That robust revenue stream will strengthen rural communities, supporting schools, hospitals, infrastructure, economic vitality on Main Street. Thanks to the bipartisan House vote last month, we're one step closer to getting E15 across the finish line. The report that you are releasing will help grow momentum to get E15 through the Senate and through the President's desk. Enacting E15 is a perfect way to celebrate America's 250th years of freedom. It will give farmers the freedom to choose cheaper fuel at the pump and unleash innovations for the next generation biofuels, including aviation and maritime markets, and it will put America's energy security first. For 250 years, American farmers have embraced new technology to improve productivity using less resources. Getting rid of outdated EPA red tape will boost economic freedom for farmers, biofuel producers, and fuel retailers. As a lifelong family farmer and U.S. Senator for Iowa, I welcome today's report. Thank you. That shows the facts that are on our side. American-made biofuels reflect American values of competition, choice, and innovation, As far as I'm concerned, E15 is an American as motherhood and apple pie. Now, that's the end of my remarks, but if I got a couple more minutes I could take, I'll give you some background on where we are. Remember, we've had E15 nationwide year-round by presidential waiver. During that period of time, we have never heard anything from small refineries. We've never heard anything from the American Soybean Association. Now, I know you folks aren't taking a position on a specific bill, but we got to work something to get it done. So I see an opportunity here to move it, but so does small refineries to get their fingers in the cookie jar, to get some of the benefit from it that we never heard anything about for the last 8 years. And we never heard from the American Soybean Association that they didn't like certain things in it. Now, in Iowa, it's 50% for the average family farmers, 50% soybeans, and 50% corn. Don't think the Iowa farmers care about what the American Soybean Association comes up now. Now, they say they aren't taking a stand maybe right now. Do we really know where they are? They should be for. Help us get a bill through the United States Senate. Don't stand on the sidelines. The American family farmers, this is the opportunity. And if it can come up as a separate bill on the United States Senate, that's the ideal way to do it. But you got to have 60 votes to do it. I think with 4 weeks in July, no weeks in August, 2 weeks in September, the month of October's off. If we don't get this on the Armed Services bill, if we don't get it on the Farm bill, if we don't get it on some appropriation bill, then you get into continuing resolutions, and everybody in the Senate says we have to have a clean continuing resolution. You get a continuing resolution till Thanksgiving, you don't get appropriation bills, and you move to Christmas, you don't get appropriation bills, and then you're into next year, and we've lost all opportunity. So we not only need a plan to get a final agreement on the language of the legislation, but we got to have a process. And that's where we are. And we got at least 28 senators that ought to be working together to find this, because there's that many senators that come from corn country. In fact, corn is the only product, only grain in the United States that's raised in all 50 states. So somebody's going to benefit from this in every state. But we got to move. And it's almost too late now if we don't get some action. So anything you can do to help, and this report is going to help, I'm going to say God bless you.